Hello.
Hello. How are you, Marco?
So far, good. Okay.
I was able to watch the tribute to President Nelson this morning. It was on television
hmm
here. I don't suppose you got it, did you?
No, not yet.
I hope you can. It was very nice. Just how did you feel when you heard the news?
Hmm. I'm so because I worked um, in an old folks home. I know that people can pass away when they have the age or some sickness. So and 101 year, it's the possibility that somebody goes every day is pretty high.
I can imagine. Yeah.
So um, hmm, I was not surprised that he passed away
Hmm.
because I worked at the cemetery for a long time,
Uh-huh.
and so my feelings to to this situation, it's probably not um, as everybody has.
I'm sure. Yeah. Well, I I I guess I was surprised. I don't know for somehow I guess I thought he was going to live forever, but apparently the last week or so of his life, he was really passing. I guess all of his family visited him, from what I heard, and all of the Quorum of the 12 did. And hello, Paul. I guess he can't hear me. Anyway, we're surely going to miss him.
Yes, of course, but he did um, this job. He helps us. He was he has a long life, and he helped so many people.
Yes,
So he had a good life. And
he sure did.
what else can you do?
Oh, nothing, but didn't expect anything else from him. It's just that I'm thinking that now for the new president, which will probably be President Oaks, um, that's the 11th president of the church that I can remember.
hmm
Hello, Bjorn.
Hello,
How are you today?
I'm all right. Yes, I'm in Denmark this week.
How are you? Well, that's good. How are things in Denmark?
Well, there's a um, Denmark. I don't know how much this means to you, but Denmark has the rotating presidency of the EU. So there's some meetings between uh, heads of state in Copenhagen. But there's been lately a bunch of drones flying over airports and military bases, which they are guessing are somehow related to Russia, but they don't know. So
Oh, well, that's scary.
yeah, slightly
Yeah.
annoying because I have a small drone and I brought it because I was going to take pictures, but they've actually banned all civilian drone flying this week
Oh,
because of this.
Don't get shot, Bjorn.
I've always suspected you might be a Russian spy.
See?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting. There's there's some Danish frigates sailing around outside Copenhagen. They've even got a frigate from the German Navy that's anchored in Copenhagen Airport to provide additional air defense just in case.
Uh-huh. Well, that is frightening.
Yeah.
I have a question for you, Bjorn, before I forget. You know the statue of the young woman that stands by the,
Abba?
yes. Tell me what her name is.
Christina, if I recall.
Christina
with a K.
what?
I think it's just called Christina.
Christina, okay. I couldn't remember. I don't know what I was looking at the other day, but I saw a picture of it and I couldn't remember her name.
I've got a funny story about it actually.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can actually. I think I've even got a picture here. But anyway, the Copenhagen has several mayors looking after different things.
Mm-hmm.
And I was at the unveiling of the statue, and one of the mayors was there, and he told about how I think I'm trying to remember this. I think it was there's an organization of members of the church in Utah, or maybe just in general in America, that they have Danish ancestors, and they were going to pay for this statue, and they had apparently contacted this mayor and said they would like to fund the statue in Copenhagen, and apparently he had said, "Yeah, we'll see. I'll need more information." And something like 5 or 10 minutes later, he said he got a phone call from the leader of the political party that he was a member of, who said, "I understand you're about to get a phone call from such and such. I think you should really listen seriously to these guys." And he thought, "My goodness, these guys have really good connections." This leader of the party, I think there's also been a program run by BYU where they've invited over people from Denmark to sort of get to know the church a little bit better.
Oh.
And this leader of the party who's a former foreign minister. I guess in the US it would be a secretary of state. He had been over there.
Oh.
So,
So they gave the okay to the statue.
They gave the okay to the statue, yes, and I found a picture of it. See if I can find the share button.
It's beautiful. Hello, Merlin.
Hi.
And Paul.
Everybody good?
Bjorn's going to show us a picture of a statue. Yeah. It's beautiful.
It is in Copenhagen.
Uh-huh.
It's in Copenhagen Port, yeah. From actually
looking out over the sea.
How long ago was it erected?
Oh.
Probably about 20 years ago or so.
Okay, and is the one just tell me again what it was for, the Mormon immigrants?
Yeah, it is. It's the sculptor is. Whoa, that's not what I wanted. Actually, it's this guy, Dennis Smith.
Dennis Smith. Was it?
Yeah, he's the sculptor.
Okay, he's a painter also.
It looks like you can get a numbered edition for only $2,000.
Oh,
wow. When I was in Copenhagen in 2000, the U.S. ambassador to Denmark was an LDS church member.
Well, you say so, but that can't be true because he was a Democrat.
So he was a Well, so is Pat.
Come
So
on, Bjorn, you just got to be careful what you say there.
I wonder if he played some role in that. His last name was Sweat.
Oh, I don't
Yeah.
know. I think it was long before that, because I think it was there when Bruce and I were there. And gosh, are you in the same home that you were there in when we were there, Bjorn?
No. But it's Eric is right. The American ambassador at the time was LDS.
What was his name?
Sweat.
Something
was his
Sweat.
last name. I think it was Richard.
Okay. Okay.
His wife's father was a representative in the U.S. House of Representatives.
Mm.
Yeah, and his cousins were Ava and Jaja and Gabor, and who's the other one? Magda. So,
Mm. So,
Well-
hello, Mark.
Hi.
Nice to see
Good to
you.
all.
I just finished, as I was telling Marco, I just finished watching the tribute to President Nelson that was on TV. Did you all get to? Well, I'm sure you all didn't, but how many of you got to see it?
yeah, I watched it. It was good. Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, that has been overshadowed by other events.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. Imagine the same weekend, that bombing of the church in Michigan. And
Yeah.
they said that Elder Bednar went back there to just to offer his support and
Mhm.
condolences, and he was absolutely blown away by the sight of the
Yeah.
fire and the total destruction of that chapel.
I'm blown away by the pictures of it. I can't even like wrap my head around it when I see those pictures. Just how utterly destroyed it was.
Yeah. Apparently the man who did it said that Mormons were, what did he say?
The Antichrist.
Antichrist, yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
but I was just going to say the thing that got me is a lot of the people, or some, ran up to the car thinking that it had been an accident, so they're going to help.
Oh, is that right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
They just assumed that somebody, whatever, and
Nobody could do what had been done.
yeah.
Yeah.
I read that somebody did run out, and their first thought was had been an accident, but they
Yeah.
very quickly realized
That
that
it
couldn't
was-
have been an accident.
Yeah.
When he
and
started
would have been
shooting at him,
deliberate.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, slightly before that as well. But yeah, I think
There is something a positive message in all of this. I was blown away yesterday, last night, as I was reading some articles on this, that they set up a GoFundMe account for the widow of the widow and the children of the shooter, and LDS members flocked to that account and have donated up. I think it was up to $100,000
Oh,
by yesterday evening. That is remarkable.
hmm. Well, you never know. Last week at the museum, kind of a strange looking character came in. He had a big beard and a lot of hair and was carrying a suitcase and said he was a prophet. And he obviously didn't come to learn anything about the museum. He came to declare his prophecies, and apparently I did see him, but I didn't have any interaction with him. Apparently somebody called security and they came and took him out. I don't know what the story was, but anyway.
I have a son who works for church security now in Temple Square, and it's really interesting. First of all, I learned things that I never would have suspected, but they're talking about how wild it might be the next couple of weeks, maybe the biggest church security event in history, really, with all that's been going on, and now with General Conference and
Yes.
and President Nelson's funeral and Elder Oaks pending probable ascension. And Elder Oaks, I think, is considered by a lot of the antis as maybe one of the more controversial figures in the church. So there's that too.
Mm.
You think that's because he's a former judge?
Yes, and he's kind of outspoken on some of the issues that concern, that people get worked up about.
I
Mhm.
do know that they have beefed up security at the museum. We used to have one security man per shift would walk through and check things out, but now we have one every hour. And they've also called another man who is not a docent. He's just there all the time. He's just stationing himself in different places in the museum. So I think that they're really beefing up security. Hello, Casey.
Hey, hello, Sister Lake and everyone.
Eric, are you there?
Yes.
Oh, okay. You're sitting so still. You look like a statue.
Are you in Montana?
No, I'm at home in Salt Lake.
Sorry.
You're home? Okay.
Mark, I gotta ask, that shirt is the only prescription more cowbell, or?
It is. I probably should have chosen a different shirt, but yeah, it's
Okay.
I got this from if you've ever seen that
I have the skit.
Saturday Night
Night
Live
Live.
skit. It is definitely one of the more hilarious ones ever. And somebody actually bought me this shirt, and I don't wear it that often. If I go to I have worn it at some like concerts that I've been to. For example, my daughter and I, my oldest daughter and I went to go see Journey and Toto. And she invited me out there to see that show, and I wore this shirt, and I had more people come up and ask to take pictures. It's funny.
I think Paul knows cowbell vendors, if in case anybody needs some.
I can maybe hook you up. Just let me know.
Cache County cowbells.
Absolutely. If I can't find it, I'll make it up.
Yeah.
You live in Cache County, Paul?
No, it's Cache County in Idaho.
Oh, in Idaho. Okay.
In southern Idaho. Yep.
Okay.
Paul is a TikTok influencer extraordinaire.
I think you're the only one I influence, Eric.
That's enough for me.
Me too.
I've worked in cybersecurity, so I must admit I'm not on TikTok.
Oh.
You'll need to find. But I have read some of the in that was it progressive cattle something?
Yep, that's what I've been doing today. As a matter of fact, finish an article that was due 3 days ago.
I think I mean some of those I read. You should get some of those published in a book.
I have done a little book a few years ago.
Okay, well, do more of them. I mean, I thought they were really very readable.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Tell me more about what you write, Paul. I don't know anything about it.
Oh, so I work for a publishing company, and they do agriculture magazines. I write a column, and actually I do right now. I'm doing 4 of them a month.
Are you showing me, Garrett, what he writes about?
This is I think his TikTok this morning. Is that right, Paul?
Yes, it was. Yeah, it was indeed.
I don't get on TikTok, so I miss all that.
Well, it's a good way to waste your time, Sister Lake.
You probably should listen to Bjorn and not do it. So
Yes, I
So
do.
so what do you write about? Animals or crops or?
Yeah, so it's I kind of do I don't know. Did you ever hear of a guy named Baxter Black? He was kind of famous for a while. He did cowboy
Yes.
poetry and
Yep.
stuff. And so I kind of do what he did. More lifestyle. I do a lot of missionary work that people don't realize probably. And my columns are, Western and cowboy lifestyle, but I usually try to put a little parable or message in there with them. And so well, while we're talking about it, not that I want to dominate the time, but just yesterday I got a letter. It was kind of sad. I'd written a column about it was called Presence, and it was about being present for those you love. And I had some some examples, and I made a cowboy example of it, but talked about when I went to my mother-in-law's funeral with my wife a couple of weeks ago, and a lady sent me a letter. It was handwritten, and it was typed. It wasn't handwritten, typed, sent in an envelope with no return address, and she didn't sign it, but she talked about how she loved the message in it, but she was so sad because her husband had died, and she thought of all the times that she could have spent with him, and where she was feeding cows and he was going to town, or vice versa, and now he's not there, and she can't get that back. And she said specifically, and since there is no marriage in heaven, I can never get that back.
Oh.
And so I want to write back to her, but she left there was no return address, no name. So I might have to just maybe put a note to her in one of my columns that goes out. Maybe she'll reach back out.
Yeah.
Paul's the Mark Twain of the Mountain West.
Oh, is that right?
You can quote me on that.
I've put a link. I've put a link to where you can find his articles in the chat.
Okay, I was going to ask that.
Eric, I've been called a lot worse than that.
Well, I called you worse than that, but I think this is a better one.
I'll take it.
But seriously, Paul, I've read several of your articles, and I really like reading them. I think
Hello,
they're
Rudy.
excellent.
Hello.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Bjorn.
Yeah, I'll have to read some of those. I saw one that already appealed to me, something about the grammar mistakes.
Oh, it's a tough life being a real grammar critic.
What his writing can't capture, but TikTok does, is when it's 15 below and he's out there feeding cattle in the snow. That's the fun part.
Yeah, my grammar's not always perfect then, I'll tell you.
Yeah, Pat, you might want to, you check the language before you watch it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, now listen. You're probably better. No.
What counts as a swear word in Idaho doesn't. What counts as a swear word in Utah may not count as a swear word in Idaho.
Oh, is that right? Oh, okay.
So I had a bishop that he was quite the character, and he ranched here in our country. And when my sons, my youngest is 28 now, but he would hire them sometimes to do day work and ride for cows and stuff with him. And but when my youngest son went in for his interview when he was a deacon, the bishop told him, now the Lord will forgive some cussing with cows. It's legal with cows. You have a little more leeway that way. So. I abide by that.
I think that goes for missionaries too, with the mission presidents, right?
Yeah,
the Lord's going to give them some leeway.
I think it's the exact same principle.
Well, that's what I say is, yeah, I'll be punished for my own sins, but my grandpa taught me how to swear. So
I've passed on the legacy, I'm afraid.
Yeah, well.
Well, my mother and dad both used to use some words, and when our son Steve's wife now, but fiance then, first heard my mother swear, she went home in tears and said to her mother, "His grandma swears." So anyway, she was able to put that aside and marry Steve, but
Maybe she thought it was her mission to reform the family.
maybe so. Yeah. By the way, my grandson, who's serving his mission in Baltimore, Maryland, is now learning to speak Creole because there are a number of Haitians back there who have some interest in the gospel, and they have to learn Creole to speak to them. So he first learned Spanish before he went back there, and now he's learning Creole.
Wow. My little brother went on his mission to Boston, and he was called as Creole speaking.
Was it?
That's been a long time ago, but
yeah,
there's a large contingent of Haitians in that country, in that area.
In Boston.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Dale Murphy was his mission president.
Oh, yeah.
That name somehow rings a bell, but I'm not quite sure. You'll have to.
Oh, he was a baseball player and
Okay.
member of the church, obviously, and was a good one. He should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Hall of Fame quality.
Did he play in the World Series?
I don't think so.
Isn't it called the World Series, the one that only America plays in, or something like that?
Yeah. Atlanta. He played for Atlanta, and Atlanta was horrible back in those days.
It was right after they got pretty good after that.
They did.
Yeah, the World Series. That was a subtle jab. Not so subtle jab, Bjorn.
Hey,
I've got more if you want them.
Canada is in the MLB, so we can call it World Series.
Yeah, we got a couple Canadian teams.
My Dodgers have a bunch of really good Japanese players, so I guess that's our explanation.
Yeah, that's true. It is more international now than it's ever been.
But not many Danes. I don't know, Bjorn.
But there are Danes that have played in NFL. I think NFL is the football, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There have been I think there's been one or two Danish quarterbacks.
Oh.
People that went to the US as exchange students and then went to university and.
Didn't Rudy play for Notre Dame?
Say again?
Yeah.
Didn't Rudy play for Notre Dame? Oh, that wasn't Rudiger Schleen. a different Rudy.
He didn't. I think you're. Well, Rudy is a member of the church, so maybe it really is this one right here.
Yeah.
Did you all hear about the incident when BYU was playing Colorado the other day? Football? The shouting. I don't know what they said, but
I don't either. I heard
that
something happened, but I didn't hear. And it's very similar to what happened at an Oregon game a couple years ago.
I think it's pretty common.
Yeah, it happens everywhere. But the Big 12 conference, bless their hearts, kind of surprised me, but they came out with an official punishment, charged them $50,000, which isn't much. But,
did they? I didn't.
But they at least made a statement, which I doubted would happen.
Yeah, that's good. Somebody needs to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Do any of you read the Babylon Bee, or you're familiar with it, the online magazine?
Yeah, occasionally. Yep.
So it's a Christian magazine, and it's kind of like The Onion. So it's fake news, but it's about real events. And they came out with I don't remember the name of the headline, but it was something like Mormons follow tragedy in Michigan by being even nicer to their neighbors than they were before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought that was I like that coming from a Christian run magazine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's better than your guy needs to stay off of social media in times like these, because it's just shocking how much Mormon stuff you see, and just
Don't
terrible.
stay off it. Just go to Paul's TikTok channel and live your life there. That's a good place to be.
There you go. That's a lot of pressure, Eric. I'm gonna have to make a TikTok today. Another one.
Because there are a lot of anti-Mormon stuff on US social media.
Yes, dude. No, there's not. Although I have gotten some. So my TikTok stuff is I cater to the cowboy community and ag and farmers and stuff. But one time I put something on. It was in the springtime, and we were in the middle of calving. All the babies were coming, and I'd had kind of a wreck, and I mentioned in my TikTok video that I checked on the cow, and then I went to church and came back, and someone someone I didn't know obviously knew that I was LDS and spewed some anti-Mormon hate on there. Well, if you belong to a church that didn't worship Joseph Smith and the devil, your calf might have lived.
Oh,
So it's crazy where it comes from.
Paul, tell everybody a little bit about your coaching too. I love that part of it.
So I coach the girls basketball team at Oakley High School. I'm an assistant to the varsity, and then I coach the JV team. So I've been doing that for about 10 years. But we are the defending state champions in 2A. My girls are. My JV team hasn't been beat. They've lost 2 games in 3 years. So it's fun.
sounds great.
And then do you advise the ag club on campus too, or what's your role there?
So I just kind of it's like a community committee that helps do that. And then I'm on one of my big time consuming things is I'm on the county fair board, and that's one that takes a lot of time, and I don't have a lot of money, so I can't serve that way, so I serve with my time.
Are all of you empty nesters? Your children are all gone from home?
No.
Nope.
No,
Not yet.
not yet.
I don't know how you do it. You don't think you're getting that old, but just tend the grandkids for half a day.
Yes. You find out why you have children when you're young, don't you?
Absolutely.
I'm expecting great-grandchild number 50, 51, and 52.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh.
Wow. Do you know all their birthdays, Sister Lake?
I do.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Can you remember them?
I have them written in a book. I have to use that now and then. Yeah.
How many grandkids though did you have?
20.
So those 20, and then there's 51. Or how many new with the third?
There'll be 52 by January.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow.
But I still have 2 that aren't married. One's on a mission, and the other one, I don't know if he'll ever get married. So we'll see.
So who has children at home, and what are their ages?
Well, I have a son that's a junior. He's 16. He was going to graduate early. And I didn't say anything. Anyway, then he decided he's not going to graduate early now. My only thing was that he had to make up the seminary so that, he'd be eligible to go everywhere or most everywhere on his mission. So anyway, he's not. So I still have a junior, and then I have one on a mission. So.
Where's your missionary?
He's in Hamburg.
Oh, is he?
Wow.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so he's in Duisburg. So he's the 6th generation of my family to go to Germany and Switzerland. So
Is that right?
That's wild. Wow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What about you, Bjorn?
My youngest is 21, and she's at university, but she lives at home.
Did you get a job, Bjorn?
No, and I must admit I've sort of become uncertain about whether I'll really try to get one. I've done a little bunch of calculating, and it looks like I might actually be able to retire as is.
Okay.
I recommend it.
I'm sure you do. Yes. Yeah, and I mean, I've even been watching some YouTube videos of financial analysts who sort of, talk about, do you really want to have that much extra compared to time now? And that's a very valid point. Um, so yeah, I'm not very actively job searching right now.
You gentlemen, stop talking about that retirement thing. We're not that old.
Hey,
Well, in
Nephi.
my case, it wasn't by choice. I was made redundant at the company I worked at.
Nephi just joined us. Hello.
Bjorn, is Sebastian at home too?
He is, yes. So I've got two at home. Yeah.
Casey, do you have kids at home?
I do. I have a freshman in high school. She's 14, almost 15. Next month she'll be 15.
14. Wow.
Okay. What about you, Mark?
All mine are out of the house now.
Okay.
So
Nephi, do you still have children at home?
My youngest is a junior in college right now, so we're pretty much empty nesters.
Pretty much. What about you, Rudy?
Well, they come and go.
Yeah.
Right now, they're all gone. But our son may come back for a while after he has gotten his bachelor. He may look for a job here in our area. Depends on if he will find a job in Munich or not. Our children, our daughter and her husband, who were on the Philippines for 2 years, they lived without us 2 months, but they got their own apartment now. And our daughter, she lived with us also 2 months. She was doing some something like an internship at a, how do you call it? Just a second.
Do you have grandchildren?
residency.
No, not yet. We are waiting. At a
Okay.
publishing company. She was doing an internship at a publishing company.
Okay.
So, but they're all gone now. We will see.
So do they live close by though, your daughter that was there?
One daughter and her husband and our son, they live in Munich. That's about
Oh, okay.
Stuttgart, Munich, 3 hours by car. And the other daughter from the Philippines, they live close by. And our third daughter, she will move to France, actually. She lives close by in Tübingen, where she goes to university. But after a bachelor, she will move to France. She's married to a French-Italian guy.
Yeah.
So, yeah. There was a time when they were all abroad, and now they are all back in Germany, but not for long. But I don't have grandchildren. One of our daughters, she would like to have children, but didn't work out yet. So it could happen anytime. My wife is waiting desperately, but not yet.
Grandchildren are the best. I only have 2. But,
Yes.
great fun.
That makes old not so bad.
It's a lot more fun to be a grandparent than it is to be a parent.
I can imagine. Yeah. When it gets difficult, you can bring them,
Send them home or
back.
hand them to their parents. Yeah, that's right.
Hand them over to their parents, right?
Yeah.
I know
Paul,
that.
how's your son doing? Your daughter-in-law passed away fairly recently, right?
Yeah, it's been just a year now. So he's still he works for church security. He's the one I was talking about, so he's in Bountiful. And he's a lot more well adjusted than his father would be. But he's getting along okay. It's funny how grief works. He's not interested in anything yet, and moving on yet. People try to. He lives near his Lexi's parents. They help take care of his baby, and it's funny. Even friends of of them, their friends, try to set him up with people they know, which is, he's like, that's just so odd. But it's hard. We want to tell him what to do and how to do it, and you kind of have to sit back and let him figure it all out. But he's doing really well, all things considered.
What had happened?
His wife got it was a form of, well, actually it was bile duct cancer, and then it went into her liver, and
Oh goodness.
she they found out, and within a year she'd passed away. But in the meantime they had a baby.
Oh my goodness.
Then he was 8 months old when she passed.
Wow.
So yeah, it's been a tough road to hoe, but
yeah,
it's like everything. The thing we learned from it seems is, well, first of all, everybody has their trials, and through all the bad, it's amazing the good you see. I mean, people are just so good to us.
Where does he live in Salt Lake?
He's in Bountiful.
Oh, in Bountiful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, he's the one that works for church security, and
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been interesting hearing the stories. I mean, when you hear security, oh, it's the guy that stands at the gate, but oh my, it's much more than that.
Yeah.
One of the things that surprised me is they deal with every single day, and they change their assignments up. They're not doing the same thing every day, but almost every day they deal with people with these, I'll call them weirdos, who stalk the sister missionaries. Because the sister missionaries kind of have the same routine, so they're easy to, they follow them, know where they live, and almost every day they're dealing with that kind of nonsense.
Yeah.
So he may be going through the over at the church history library when they do their rounds.
I'll have to ask him. I never thought about that. I'll ask him.
If he goes, tell him if he ever comes to the museum on Tuesday morning to look for Sister Lake.
I will tell him that.
Okay.
I'd never even thought of that before, but yeah. Because they change up their assignments, I think every week they do something different. So
yeah.
I was
Yeah,
surprised that President Nelson's death was announced on a very renowned German news portal.
oh wow, really?
I didn't expect that. Yeah. First time that they mentioned the death of president of our church.
Hmm.
It was okay. Okay, the headline was, with one word you can tweak it in this direction or that direction. So they titled him like the chief of the Mormons, which I think it was not appropriate. But other than that, the article was okay. Was good.
Chief of the Mormons.
Yeah.
What paper was it in?
Spiegel Online. That's
Okay.
Magazine.
it's a very renowned magazine, news magazine and political magazine.
I thought it was so funny when, I don't know if funny is the right word, but with President Nelson's passing, he was 101 years old, and it just seemed like I was kind of shocked when I heard he died. He was it's amazing that, normally someone that's 83, you would think, well, that's about their time, but he was so vital. It was wild.
You just kind of had the feeling that he would live forever, didn't you?
Yep.
Right. It seemed like unexpected. Have you heard that he got weak a couple of weeks before, a couple of months before? Since we hear of him only every 6 months or see him every 6 months. So it came very unexpected and sudden to me, but maybe it was not. I don't know.
There was an article in the Salt Lake Tribune 2 days before he died about how healthy he was. But in the last couple of weeks, there were more public explanations of the loss of his eyesight in both eyes. And so you kind of had, his eyes were failing, but he's healthy. And then 2 days later, he was gone. So I think overall, it definitely, I mean, it's never unexpected when you're 101, I guess. But it didn't seem like he was declining quickly other than his eyesight.
Mm.
I did hear that last week or two, all of his family visited him and all of the Quorum of the 12. So I don't know whether he was declining that quickly or what, but can you just imagine how President Oaks is feeling this week?
Yeah.
The weight upon his shoulders and oh yeah.
I mean, when it's your time to go, it's obviously your time to go, but it must have been a little bit inconvenient that he died so close to General Conference.
A little inconvenient.
And President Oaks is 93, so
Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
he's not young either.
And then to have the Michigan tragedy on top of all that to deal with. So
Yeah.
he needs our prayers.
President Nelson 93 when he became president?
Yes.
That's
I
in
think
7
so.
years, yeah.
Yeah, 7 years.
So President Oak knows what's ahead of him.
Yeah. I remember I was in Ingolstadt when those two were called. I was on my mission.
President Oaks,
I think,
President Oaks and President
And President Nelson, yeah.
Nelson.
I also remember being, I think I was in Salzburg at the time when they two were
I think it was it
announced.
President Kimball that called them to be in the quorum?
Yep.
And I heard a story, and it may be just a faith promoting rumor, I don't know, but I think it was actually Bruce that heard the story that President Kimball was ill, but anyway, he sent someone to call them and said, call these two in that order.
Yeah, I'd heard that.
He specified the order that they would be called in. So
yeah,
I kind of heard it that President Kimball was not in the best health for a while, but whenever he was awake, the secretary or somebody in the first presidency should be around him.
Oh,
and that's when that was one of the things that he had said is he is awake and lucid and just what you said, that and those two and in that order, and I don't think he said a whole lot more in that.
Yeah, that was my understanding.
He wasn't that well when I came out on my mission. I only remember that because the hotel or wherever they were putting us up in for the first night or two or whatever it was, some missionaries came. We didn't know they were missionaries and were trying to make fun with us and acting as if they were Americans that were not members of the church and asking us all sorts of questions about the church. And then the assistants came and they said, "Oh, hi, so-and-so," to them when they... And we told them what had happened, and he said, "Yeah, when they asked her who the prophet was or the leader of your church, you should have said somebody else but Kimball." To catch them out.
So I had an interesting epiphany or thought. So it's been 40 something years, 40 how many years since President Nelson was called? He's the same age. He was the same age as that we are now. You guys that are retired. So, Eric, if you get called to be an apostle, in the amount of time he was called till you're 101, you might ascend to the to the first presidency.
Hey, my phone's ringing. Hang on just a second.
Yeah,
I'm sure it is.
I had the missionaries that are serving in our ward. Well, they serve in several wards, but they serve in our ward. I had them come to my home 2 or 3 weeks ago, and they came with the ward mission leader and gave me a very nice message, and we had a good visit, and I have had some cookies for them, and they like that. But I was thinking of you, all of you, and what it was like for you and to be with you. And so I think of you often.
Well, we were all much more mature and well prepared than they are.
Yes, that's
Are you
true.
sure? Are you sure about that? They've raised the bar, I remember hearing.
I hope they raised the bar.
I'm not sure. I have not been to any MTC.
That's true.
neither was I.
I took the train in the morning and was on my mission at noontime. That was it.
Oh my goodness.
I took the plane from Copenhagen with a stopover in Hamburg and then on to Munich.
Yeah.
But I have a friend here in Copenhagen State who he took the tram to go on his mission.
Oh,
So where?
Which
Yeah, he served in the Danish mission.
Oh, okay.
So
as a Danish, you've served in the Danish mission?
yeah, there was a time when there were a fair amount of Danes that were serving in the Danish mission.
Okay. Yeah, when you live in Stuttgart on this area and you're called to the Frankfurt mission, it could also be like a half an hour, 40 minutes drive by car to home.
But
or
isn't
to your-
Stuttgart
to
in the
your
Frankfurt mission now?
assignment. Excuse me?
I thought Stuttgart was in the Frankfurt mission now.
Yeah, before that.
Oh, before. Okay, yes.
Right before
Oh.
that, yeah.
How many missions
similar,
are in
yeah.
Germany now?
there's one
I
in
don't, to be
Hamburg.
honest with you, I don't know.
There's 4.
They're reorganizing every once in a while, so
How many, Eric? Hamburg and
Berlin,
Berlin.
Frankfurt, and then the Alpine.
the Alpine mission. Mhm.
I think
Alpine
Merlin
is.
plugged in the most.
What's
Say
that?
again?
I said, I think Merlin's plugged into the current situation the best with his son in Hamburg.
Yep. Well, see, and they just reopened Hamburg last year
Yeah.
because it had been down to just the 3. So, see, and when we were there was Munich, Vienna, and Zurich. So,
There's
right.
been more before that
Well,
because I remember when I came on my mission, President Dellenbach was still mission president, and he had been president of the Düsseldorf mission,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
that had been closed.
Right.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
And
And they closed that one.
yeah,
And then they reopened it. Then they closed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, they are reorganizing every once in a while. So I can't remember, or I don't know how many missions we have.
Well, I have a question for Mark. Mark is my grandpa. So he trained Carl Bueller, and then Carl Bueller trained me. But have you heard from him at all lately, Mark?
I have not. I think the last time I heard from Carl was when my oldest daughter was getting married, and he was saying he was going to be there and he didn't come. But I think it was so that would have been 2013.
Oh, okay.
Do any of you remember Charlotte Meyer?
Yes.
She works at the Taylorsville Temple, and I see her every week when I go there.
Oh, how funny.
Yeah, it's nice to see her.
Is that your temple now then?
No, actually, my temple is Jordan River, but I go with a friend, and it's her district, and it's much closer to my home than Jordan River. So we go to Taylorsville.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so there's a funny story with her and Elder Reed. So I was serving in Munich at the time, and Elder Reed was the zone leader, and Sister Meyer was there, I believe, with Mary Lee Campbell.
Uh-huh.
And Rob Carver, and we were getting a picture. This was at the Stake Center, and we were getting a district picture. And Rob and Mary Lee were on the ends, and they had it when somebody said something that they were all to push in to the middle.
Uh-huh.
And with Elder Reed and Charlotte being the shortest ones, they were in the middle.
Uh-huh.
So when everybody pushed, they grabbed onto each other. And of course, somebody snapped a picture right then.
Yes.
And I always kept that picture in the scripture, not with my other photos, but somewhere else, and I can't find it. But that was the funniest picture with both of them being as good missionaries as they were.
Yes.
So anyway.
Well, I'm going to leave you. I have joined the DUP. Do you all know what that is?
Yes.
Yep.
What camp are you?
I don't know the name of the camp. It's just the one that meets in our ward. And so I thought that might be a good thing to be part of. So they're
Well,
meeting.
fun.
They're meeting. at
What,
1
what is DUP? I don't know what it is.
Daughters of the Utah Pioneers.
Oh, okay. I've heard
And
of
it
that.
used to be that you had to have a pioneer ancestor.
Yes.
But that's not the case anymore. But anyway, that's where I'm going to go. And
Is it a female only? I mean, daughters obviously
Yes.
implies that it's
Female
so it's
only.
really as females only.
Yes, but they also have SUP, Sons of the Utah Pioneers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's good to see all of you.
You too.
See you.
Bye,
Love
Pat.
to all of
See
you. And
you.
Love you, Pat. Have a good day.
Take care and take care of yourselves and your families.
Thank
You
you.
too.
Thank you.
This is really
I'll see you next month.
Mach's gut.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Tschüss.
Tschüss. Alles Gute.
Yeah.
Danke gleichfalls.
Okay. It's funny, I think when she said SUP, I'm thinking a bunch of guys sitting around going, sup?
So,
Maybe they do.
They might.
That can be Paul's next TikTok.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
I thought Paul Pixton was going to be joining us. He contacted me and asked for the link. Do any of you remember Paul?
Yeah.
Paul what?
Pixton.
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 No,
I think he
doesn't ring
came
a bell
after
for me.
you. I think he came after
Okay.
you.
He's not old
Right.
like you, Bjorn.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
When was he there, though? Was he with you, Elder or Eric?
He was after me. Trying to remember if we overlapped or if I think he came out just before I went home. So in 86.
Okay. What's his last name? Paxton?
Pixton.
Pixton. Pixton.
Where's he from?
Good question.
Okay. I can't place him either. Not he was.
I guess I
Yeah.
am the oldest one here, right? Rick is not here.
I think he wore round glasses.
Yeah.
Um,
He must have been in the mission when I was there because I know I have some photos of him. I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah, I think I probably do too.
Bjorn, when did you start mission?
Either September or October. I don't remember exactly, but 83.
Yeah. I
was one of those called for a 1.5 year mission and then extended by 6 months.
Yeah, so was I. I was January of 84.
January 84. But yeah, Rick Farmer's usually on here, and he's the Dienst Älteste.
Rudiger, do you ever have contact with Dirk Schumacher?
Nope, not at all. I see his daughter once in a while because she married a guy from our ward, but never heard of him or seen him.
Okay.
Where does he live nowadays, anyway?
I don't know. That's one of
Still in Heide.
Heide. Okay.
He came from Heide. He loved Heide. I think he still lives in Heide. I think he was a pretty successful businessman. I don't know if he's already retired. He wanted to retire early because his wife has MS.
Oh, goodness.
She had MS when they married, so he knew about it. And his last job, he was leading like all the public Schwimmbäder. I don't know how you call them, swimming pools or Schwimmbäder in Hamburg. So
I put some pictures in the chat.
Find him.
The handsome Rudiger Schleen to begin with. And then there's one with Paul. I'm pretty sure that's Paul, isn't it? On the far right in the second photo.
Yeah, that's me. Sind im Partnerplatz.
Yep.
Yeah,
Did the other photo come through?
there.
Ah ja, Dirk Schumacher. Ja, aha.
So yeah, I think that on to the right of Dirk is Paul, I believe. Hickson. Mark, is that right?
It's too small. I can't get I
Oh,
can't
okay.
get that to open for some
Oh,
reason.
I can see his name badge and it says Pixton, so that's Paul.
Okay.
And the two other ones, do you know them?
Yeah. Capron on the left. And then
What was his name again, did you say? On the left?
Capron. Capron.
Okay.
And the tallest elder, his name is escaping me.
Oh.
My goodness, I thought you knew all the missionaries.
I did, but then
By
I got old and retired and my memory's gone.
See, you shouldn't have retired. Keep
What?
fresh.
What have I to do to see the pictures?
Oh, there, I put them in the chat, so
Click on chat and that'll bring them up.
you should be able to see it if you click on the chat icon.
I see no.
Are you watching on
Ca-
a phone or on a computer?
No, on the pad. On it,
On an iPad, okay. I'm not quite sure, but there should be an icon somewhere for chat or where you can write messages.
Kamera,
Of course, it might be in German on your
Galerie, freigeben, Video, stumm, Teilnehmer, mehr.
Unten gibt es nicht nur unten eine Zeile mit verschiedenen Symbolen.
Ja, stummschalten,
Audio,
Video, frei.
Teilnehmer, Chat.
Ja.
I can share my screen
Chat.
too.
Ne, hier sind nur 5 mehr. Anheben. Chat.
There you
Frei.
go.
Okay. Now. Okay. Now I have the pictures.
Yeah, Derek was in my district in Feucht for a few months. I really enjoyed having them.
Spielte Orgel.
He used to always complain about the Mormonenschlager. That we always played the same songs.
But you could play those same songs very well. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you know Schwester Carboni in München?
Yeah.
That's where that was.
Das Auto, das kann ja auch der blaue
Yeah.
VW.
You know. Look how little that car looks next to Art.
Macabre.
There's Schwester Carboni.
She did our laundry for us.
Yeah. There's Mark.
She never did our laundry. We had dinner over there a couple times.
Goodness, they dug in.
Yeah. Nephi, you still living in Zurich?
No, I came home a couple of years ago. I'm back in Milwaukee now. But I am going over there in November.
Sweet.
How long will you be in Milwaukee, do you think, Nephi? Are you there long term?
I hope not. It's starting to get cold again. There's nothing holding me here. My job now is remote, so I could move wherever I want. 2 of my kids are in Phoenix, so I might head that way. I don't know.
I'm on the board of directors of a historical association. Our annual conference in 2027 is in Milwaukee.
Well, I might still be here. You
So
never
if
know.
you're still there, I'll look you up.
Yeah, give me a ring.
What are you going back to Switzerland for? Or
Just work. We've got a plant out there, so I get to go
okay.
visit. So see the old stomping grounds.
So did your kids go to school there in Switzerland?
One of mine did. Yeah, at that point, 2 of mine were already in college. So my third, he got to go a couple of years in high school there. So it was fun. It was a nice place to live.
Did you interact with, we may have already talked about this, but Nephi, like I said, I'm getting old and I don't remember stuff. So did you get to interact with Rolf Rudin? I know he was the stake president.
Not very much,
years.
no.
Okay.
It was mostly, they kind of segregated us a little bit. I had to go to the English speaking ward because my family was there too. So we met in the building with one of the German wards, but didn't have too much interaction with the German speakers, unfortunately, unless we made an effort.
Hey Bjorn, do you keep in touch with Glenn Nickel at all?
With sorry, who?
Nickel? Glenn? You remember him?
I think Tom Williamson's in touch with him from time to time. Tom
Okay.
and Hugh Wilkins.
Yeah, he married Becky Strentz. And she contacted me here. They live in Logan, Utah, and she contacted me here a couple weeks ago. They're probably going to come visit me. So
Cool. Isn't he an attorney?
I think so. Yeah. Funny thing, I ran into him one time. I was flying in from Dallas or somewhere. I don't remember. Then I landed in Salt Lake, and I'm walking to go get my car, and some woman runs up to me and gives me a big hug, and I had no idea who she was, and it was Becky, and their son was on the same plane. Oh, St. Louis, yeah, their son was on the same plane as I was, just getting off, and she recognized me, and so that's been several years ago. But
you look the same as when you were a missionary, Paul.
Yeah, exactly the same. Yeah.
I'm actually headed to
Intellectually, I've not
Utah
grown
next
any.
week, so who knows? I might see 1 or 2 of you on the street. But we're going more to southern Utah though. We're gonna hike some slot canyons down there, so we'll be out there for a day or 2.
It'll be better weather than Milwaukee this time of year, as it gets later.
Yeah, that's true. Right now it's not too bad actually. It's pretty good in Milwaukee for the next couple of weeks, but yeah, Utah should be good.
I've been to Milwaukee a couple times. It was about this time of year. It's really kind of pretty over in that area. I was out in the rural areas, but it was.
Yeah, you just never know when it's gonna drop off precipitously and start the winter.
And you got that humidity too that we don't even understand about.
Exactly.
In the West.
No, it's all good though. It's not too bad for 6 months of the year.
All right, guys, I gotta leave.
Cheers.
Nice seeing you.
Mark's good.
I hope you survive the shutdown.
I've got to take off too. I'll see y'all later.
Yeah, I probably have to join y'all.
Bye-bye.
It was good seeing you all. You did my soul. You did my soul well.
And when are we seeing a book? When are we seeing a book with your combined writings?
Well, I'll have my people get with your people. Actually, the one I did was self-published, or was published through Amazon, and it's okay, but it's not. I've learned a little bit since then, so I got more and better stuff too. So there's something kind of in the works. It might be a year or so.
I've got some contacts at Utah State University Press. If you want to go to a university press.
Utah State. Yeah. Well, The thing is, it takes effort, and I'm better at procrastination than I am at effort. So
That's
Sure,
the
you
last
can
TikTok.
just take those articles you've already written and put them in the book.
no, that's probably the best way to do it. But it's
I like you going through your list of all the stuff you were going to get done this summer and didn't.
see. Actually, so that was kind of my impetus for joining this meeting. It's like noon's not a good time. I thought, I'm going to do it.
It would just be a book full of essays, all your.
See,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it.
All right. I feel the spirit burning in me now. I'm going to do it.
What
now.
did President Kimball say? Just do it.
Yeah.
What Jay Golden say? Do it, damn it.
Or Jean-Luc Picard, engage.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, it was good to see you guys.
Hey, see
Good
ya.
to see you.
Likewise.
Everybody take care.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Oh, tschüss.
See you, Casey.
Tschüss.